Congratulations on your first ever Grammy nomination. That is huge. You're nominated for Best Children's Music Album. What was that like when you found out?
Well, it was quite a shock, and I was just stunned, and I'm speechless, really. I relive the moment over and over again because I've waited so long for this moment. And after a while, sometimes for things like this, you think it's never going to happen. So when it actually does, and you're really not expecting it, it's like such a huge wow moment. So yeah, I was in tears. There were tears. My family was in tears. I had my friends calling me, going, "Oh my God, I can't believe it!" People that know me know I've been doing music for such a long time, and I've been to the Grammys a couple of times, even actually, just with friends that were involved in projects that were nominated and things like that, but never for anything that I had done. And so funny because one of my mentors said to me the day I got nominated, "I remember the last time you were at the Grammys, you said you're not coming back until you're invited."
And look at that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an amazing moment. I'm super excited.
I mean, it's a huge moment, not only for you, but as a musician, because I'm pretty sure all musicians just hope for this experience. Has it pushed you to work even harder for future projects?
Yeah. It gives you this extra kind of like excitement for the future, because you just feel like, wow, okay, it's kind of like it's a weird feeling because you don't feel unless you're constantly motivating yourself, constantly all the time telling yourself, you're great, you're this, you're that, you're that. When you're in an industry like ours that's very competitive, and it could knock you down on your butt, you know what I mean? Like all the time. So if you're not motivating yourself and keeping yourself inspired, you can feel like you're just spinning your wheels. So something like this, from such an amazing institution, basically. The Grammys is an institution, and it's one of the highest awards for a musician. So when you get something like this, it really does make you feel like, wow, you're doing something right, and you should keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? And it really, I always preach never give up, and this is one of the reasons why you never give up, no matter how long it takes. So
yeah, I mean, it's a huge accomplishment. So congratulations to you. But also talking more about your career, you've also worked with groups like One Tribe Collective. What is it like kind of collaborating with other artists throughout this whole pandemic, but also when you create your own music?
Yeah, One Tribe Collective is the group that I'm a part of that got nominated for the Best Children's Music Album. And that whole thing within itself it's such a funny thing because, of course, yes, pandemic happened. A lot of projects got closed. Live performances were down, and no one really knew what to do in any industry. But yeah, in the music industry, it was just very hard because a lot of people, lost their livelihood in performing. And I was one of those people. And so kind of like, going slowly and not really knowing what you're going to turn over, what leaf you're going to turn over next. My Snook Nook Children's album was on the ballot for the 2021 Grammys, but it didn't make it to the final countdown. And and the thing was, there was a lot of controversy last year, of course, with how things were nominated, how the committee that nominates the final round is put together, and how no one really knows how that happens, and so on and so forth. Well, with the children's music genre and the family music genre, there was a thing that was happening where there was always, artists nominated multiple times in this category. There were usually men artists or male artists that were doing folk music and things like that. And a lot of them not necessarily children's music or, family music necessarily. So that was a big thing. And then there were not a lot of, ethnic artists in that category. And a lot of people didn't know that there were a lot of ethnic artists doing that type of music, family music. So I joined this group, this organization called Family Music Forward. And through that organization, I was able to actually find other like-minded artists like myself who enjoy doing not only pop music and so on and so forth, but they actually did family music as well, children's music. And I had started doing children's music through the love of teaching my kids life lessons and sharing those different things. But I never knew that there was a whole community out there until, you know, during the pandemic. So this organization helped me to connect with those different artists. And through them, we just started to collaborate and work on different, you know, virtual performances. We started doing, there's this festival called the Cuckooza Fest. And they do different, every year they honor a group of people. And actually last year in 2021, they were doing Black women artists in the family music space. And I was one of the lead performers in that festival last year. So I was very honored to be asked to be a part of that. And that from that, it just kind of grew the relationships, and we started collaborating, making music together. And we decided to do an album together where we were writing our own music and collaborating on a song together. And that's how this all came about. And I'm super excited. I mean, it's literally one thing to think that, you know, things are over, and then the next thing for a whole new life of something else to come, you know, to come about. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I was going to ask you about the festival. What was it like for you getting on that stage and performing with such a big lineup of empowering women and stuff like that?
Well, it was actually virtual, unfortunately. I wish it could have been on the stage. But it was amazing, nevertheless. I mean, I cannot believe how many amazing artists there are in this space, in the family music space. I mean, there are some powerhouses. I mean, we're talking about Gracie Palmer, who is known for her country music. You know, she's up for a lot of awards as well. I mean, just amazing. And then, you know, we also had Rad Miller Cliff, who is an amazing American Indian artist, who her messages through her music is incredible. And then we have artists like Kimberly Stewart, and I mean, there's just so many to name. But I just felt honored, honestly, to be even asked, because I'd seen the festival the year before in 2020 and thought, wow, this is amazing. Like, how can I be a part of this event? And yeah, so to be approached to be a part of it was like, it was mind blowing.
Mm-hmm. And you also performed your song, Ain't I a Woman? Sorry, I had a stutter there.
Yeah.
Ain't I a Woman? It is amazing. What do you hope that people take from your music and that song in particular?
Well, Ain't I a Woman was my anthem that I was so passionate about and so excited to champion the release of last year, and, you know, preaching it all over the world virtually.
As you should.
Yeah, so I got a chance to perform that for that Cuckooza Fest as well, which was amazing. I love performing that song because the message is so powerful. It is so special to me because of how I learned the speech, which is based on, it was inspired by the speech Sojourner Truth did at this women's convention way back when. And I learned it in high school through my powerful grandmother in Memphis, Tennessee. And that message has stuck with me for so many years. And I always look back on the moments I had with my grandmother and looking through other women's eyes growing up, finding that power to get me through times that were hard and challenging, you know? So I was too happy to come to a place in my life where I could actually put what I felt from that speech and learning it and my experiences into a song that could help inspire other women and girls of all walks of life, you know? So that was really a huge mission for me. And I really enjoyed, I put together a all-female team to do the video and production. And then I had an all-female promotional marketing team. It was just like, you know, I can go on and on and on, but yeah, it's amazing. I'm actually working on a remix album of Intel. Yeah, so I had a few DJs around the world, like in Europe and things like that, that have gotten a hold of the vocals, and so they're doing a lot of remixes. And actually, some of them have already started to spin them in the clubs in Europe, which is kind of crazy. Because I'm like, why aren't I there? I would like to be there. But yeah, so that project is coming out too.
Mhm. I mean, your music is so powerful, but also honest and just amazing in general. Do you ever find it hard to open up in song and share your music with everybody?
You mean when I'm performing or when I'm actually
When you're
creating it?
writing or performing, whatever you think.
Um, I used to think, I think quite a few years ago, yeah, I was censored. I was told by a producer that sometimes I censor what I would like to say, you know, and I think from that moment on, because I don't think I'd realized that so much.
Mhm.
So I think after that moment, I thought, well, you know, because I didn't think I did, but after really kind of looking at it and everything, I was like, maybe I do. Maybe I'm actually not really putting my every thought and emotion and really just saying what I want to say. So I think from that point, I've been trying to just say it, you know what I mean? However it comes out or however I feel it, you know, just put it out there. I mean,
Mhm.
you just never know, especially if there's good intention behind what it is that you want to put out or say or convey. I feel like, you know, people will genuinely get that, you know, I think they will get it. So I'm just like, I'm in the mode now of just like, let's just get it out. Let's put it out and let's do it. So yeah,
I mean, it's worked for you because now you have a Grammy nomination.
I know that's true. That's true. Thank you. Um, you know, I mean, I have to, I literally, I go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm at this point right now. Like all the time, I have to like go, did I really get nominated for a Grammy? Is this really happening? You know?
Yes, you did.
But yeah, I love writing songs with messages. I mean, even all my whole children's project, Snook Nook, is all about life lessons and positive reinforcements, mindfulness. I mean, everything you really want to, you know, teach children and instill to try and make a good human being, basically. You know, so I'm all about if I can share a positive message with someone, because I know I go through moments even still today where I need a positive message or something, you know, coming to me to help motivate me, you know, so if I can do it for someone else, I'm honored.
Mhm. My last question for you, you have accomplished a lot in your career so far. Is there anything that you would tell someone who's trying to make it in the industry?
The cliche saying, never quit, never give up. I'm telling you. I mean, it's so funny because a lot of artists say that, especially, you know, when they have had so many accomplishments and awards and so, and, you know, it's like, never give up on your dreams and this and that. And I sometimes used to look at them and go, yeah, it's easy for you to say now. But no, seriously, I mean, there has been so many moments and times where I was like, I'm done with this. I'm this is going nowhere. That nothing's gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? It's too late for me, you know, especially being a mom and things like that. You just get in your head, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I should do something else. But man, by gosh, just when you think that it's all over, here it is. But you know what? The saying that actually my mentor says is don't get out of line before it's your turn. That's what I would tell them.
Mm,
Don't get out of line before it's your turn. That is the saying that I live by. And it's absolutely true.
100%. But thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so great to talk to you.
Thank you for having me, Gracie. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. And I wish you all the best for the Grammys that are coming up soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.